So, good morning, everyone. Pardon the weird gothic necklace. I just got done doing a fetish video for my takenbystorm.net. Now it's time to move into the video for you girls for takenbystorm.biz. Again, my business website for web design, assisting, helpful tips and videos such as this one is takenbystorm.biz. So let's get into it. Yesterday I did a tweet kind of teasing what today's video might be about. Sorry, I'm assisting, so I'm always checking phones. There's one on the floor too. But anyway, so to get into this, today's video is going to be about photos. I meant to have the camera box in here that my little HD webcam came in so that I could show you where I got it from, and show you the name of the model number. I will say the only drawback for it is that it shoots enormously large videos that are hard to upload to most sites. So I myself will be looking into a different webcam. I do love this one and it works well for some things, but it can be hard for other things. But what it does work well for, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the fact that on your website you can set a timer. You can set it for like 10 seconds, give yourself a time, you know, to pose, do what you want, take your own pics. And for that, because it's HD quality, it's good. So let me get into that. I noticed yesterday when I made the tweet that I made, a lot of ladies were saying they didn't have money yet for professional photos. Now, I have nothing against professional photographers. In fact, I'm in the process of finishing up my studio here. I won't call myself a professional photographer, but me and my partner are pretty good amateur pro photographers. And especially for BBW girls, because I, being heavier myself, no flattering angles. I'm always happy to coach you through your angles, through your poses, because I do notice a lot of times online, no matter what size the girls are, you can just tell sometimes when a photo looks like the person was stiff, holding their breath, and the photos, while nice, look kind of lifeless. And you always want your personality to peek out of your photos, and you want the photos to be interesting. But we'll get to that in another video. But today I just want to let you know, you can be fabulous on a budget. Again, you can be fabulous on a budget. While it is wonderful to be able to afford boudoir photography and escort photographers, and I used to use them myself. Now, my issue with using them has nothing to do with the financial part of it, because I could pay for them if I wanted to. Here's my issue. I am not fond, because I came from the early days of it, of the fact that you're only getting 10 to 20 photos without spending almost your life savings. We used to pay professional photographers, and I do mean professional ones, and get up to 20 edited photos, and then all the rest of them were given to you. Like, you could have them to keep, and no one made you pay extra for it. There wasn't all this paying to get the watermark off if you don't want the watermark on there. I don't see an issue with leaving it on there, but I do understand some people don't want the watermark on there. I'm not sure why this light keeps glitching like this. Not sure what's going on. It's kind of weird, so bear with. But when I begin offering my pro photography services here in December, January, because I'm very particular and I want things to be just right before I even launch it, what I will be doing is I will be giving you at least 20 edited photos and all your others to keep, the same way photographers used to do me, because I think it's fair. There's absolutely no reason for me to keep your photos and try to make you pay more to get the additionals from me later. I'm not here to rob and drain your pockets. So be sure to keep a lookout for when my photography division launches. I have done photos for about 6 girls thus far over the last year and a half. However, again, this is going to be set up really like a studio and going to be really nice here in my home in Gainesville, Georgia. And I will try to travel when I begin touring myself, with as much as I can travel with comfortably that won't cost me extra to travel with, and I'll let you ladies know the dates. But back to how you can take photos yourself. There's ways of getting your photos. The most important thing is not who's on the other side of the camera, as long as they can follow directions and do what you ask them to, but that the camera is good quality. Your camera quality is more important than anything, followed by your outfit and your shoes and the place that you choose to shoot photos in. Try your best to always not have, you know, shoes spread about your lunch you ate, unless it's a really nice lunch and you want it in the shot because it looks nice and expensive. I get that. But if you had McDonald's, try not to have the wrappers showing in your background. Like, try to stage your photo so that it looks really nice. I am not a fan of bathroom selfies. I get that we've all done them once or twice, but I just think we can do better. Not a fan of a bathroom selfie. Having a few selfies here and there just so men know you're legit is real, but having either a webcam that you set up on a timer, or a nice high-grade HD photography level camera that you set on a tripod, an iPhone, or another one of the high-end Android phones that you set up on a tripod and that you buy a remote for so you can take your photos from across the room is great. What I like to do, even when I have my significant other take my photos, I set my laptop up so that I can see my poses. And then I also have him turn the camera thing so he actually usually cannot even see my poses. He can see me doing them, but he can't see how they look in his lens, because I have everything facing me, because I'm really, really, really picky about my pictures. And I have everything facing me so that I can say, sometimes I'll just make a hand signal on my leg, I'll tap my leg, or I'll be like, this pose, and then I'll tell him to snap it. But when we can't do it that way, and he does need to watch, I still have my laptop set up so that I can look at myself first and see whether or not I like the pose. Again, I've been doing this for years, 17 to be exact, so I know my poses, I know my angles. If you don't know those things, it is kind of important to practice a little bit in your mirror before the day before your pics, and figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you, what angles work for you, what angles don't work for you. I do suggest having someone help you if you're new. I suggest having a coach off to the side telling you, pose like this. There's a couple of girls whose pics I've done in the last year who I have told them how to pose. I fixed their clothing while they're posing, and all those things. And your clothing, the fit of it, the colors of it, it's important that you get things that flatter you. Sometimes we think things flatter us, even me, and they really don't. But it's important that you try. I also want you all, when you're doing your photos, to remember, nothing wrong with lingerie shots, nothing wrong with nude artistic shots, but try to be classy. Try not to take photos of you busting it wide open. Try to take some photos of you in an evening gown, a pantsuit, a nice, I call them church girl dress. You know, try to take pics that show upscale gentlemen that you will fit good into any setting with them. They need to know they can take you to dinner and other places, and that people won't assume how you met. You need to be able to dress to fit your situation so that you remain discreet in all situations. Okay, so to the girls who say, well, I don't have the budget for all those clothes, let me inform you of something. Forget what the hip-hop industry and other people say about Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova makes pieces that we've all seen celebrities in, that anyone can afford. And I'm going to tell you, always go to Retail Me Not, because Fashion Nova will send you, when you get your order, a 25% off card. But if you go to Retail Me Not, you can often find 30 to 40% off. And the bigger your order is, the more you actually get off. The coupons don't work so well on small orders, but if you order a rack of shit, that coupon gets you a rack of shit for a really affordable price. Now, what I suggest you do when you get your Fashion Nova is pair it with some really nice shoes or a nice purse, because you can take a budget outfit and make it look expensive as hell just with your accessories or the hairstyle you choose, and the makeup you choose. There are ways to do everything and make it look absolutely classy. I spend more on my lingerie and my Catherine Delish robes, which are my absolute addiction. Look, I love Catherine Delish robes. Sue me. I'm a Catherine Delish junkie. And I don't know if you guys have gone to her Instagram, but now she's making the big fans that the burlesque dancers dance with. She's going to be putting them on the site with pricing soon. And if anybody's watching this and you want to get me a gift to say thank you for whatever, I would love 2 of those fans. 1 in purple, 1 in black. But if not, I'll find a way to get them myself. No big deal. But back to the subject at hand. You really want to look like who you want to attract. I've said that in the last 3 videos, and I think some ladies still don't get it. Look like who you want to attract. Do you want to attract the blue collar worker? And there's nothing wrong with them. And sometimes with the blue collar workers, you can attract those men with your high end too. They'll save up to see you. But if you want to get white collar, higher end clients, it really is important that you have some of those casual clothing, you in your outside clothes shots, you in your evening gown shots. It's so important. And lighting is so important. You can't see them, but I have lighting boxes. I have backdrops. Again, purchasing more because I'm actually setting up what will be my photography studio. But the purpose of my studio mainly is for my own photos, but it's also to take pictures of other girls who may not be able to afford other photographers. Of course, I'm not doing it for free, but I hope that you will find that my pricing is fair. And it's already posted. I might have to update it a little, but my pricing's always been on the photography tab of the takenbystorm.biz site. But what I want you all to take from this video is it is important to have content. It is important to have fresh pictures. So if things are slow for you right now, don't wait 3-4 months from now till you have the money for the pro shoot where you're only going to get 10 photos back anyway that you can probably afford to pay them for. Go ahead and get online, get on Amazon, get on Best Buy, go to Micro Center, get yourself a decent HD camera, or if you already have an iPhone or a phone with a nicer camera so that you can get good angles, ask one of your friends to take your pics. Ask another provider who you might be doing duos with to take your pics, or get a tripod and a remote and do your own. Sometimes clients don't mind taking them for you if you have one that you have that kind of rapport for. But make sure that you have your lighting, that the lighting is good. Make sure that you have some natural sunlight showing through as well. I suggest opening blinds and curtains and putting lighting, or having just the sheer white panel curtain, because those make lovely shots too when you're by the curtain and it's like a shadow of you in front. There's all kinds of tips that I can give you, any of you who are interested in what you should be capturing to get better clients, and what you should be capturing to have better ads that Eros and Slixa and all these other sites won't deny you on because your photos weren't up to what they're now requiring. But you can be great on a budget. For those of you who really are on a bare minimum budget, if nothing else, just get some good lighting. Even if you just turn on all the lights in the room you're in and have someone help you take pictures that exude class and exude elegance. I don't care if on your OnlyFans and on your I Want Clips or your Pornhub that you busted open and do those things. Get your money how you get your money. I'm just telling you there's a time and a place for everything, and it's important that you are able to navigate and draw people from all different walks of life to get the most of your money. I have no issue with porn type content. I just think it needs to be password protected, and you need to be getting paid for it. Stop putting those images and those videos out there for free on your Twitter and your Tumblr when you can be getting paid for it by just password locking it, making a whole nother site for it that's password locked, and making sure that they're paying for anything that's beyond a 30-second clip. Your photo sets that are more pornographic like that, make them pay for those too. Sell them in sets of 3, 5, and 10. Make them pay. Do not give away the goodies, so to speak, for free. And try not to have it be on your main site, your mainstream site, because that turns certain types of clients, often higher paying clients, off. They're not interested in what they deem to be trashy. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying what the perception is. That is the guy who thinks you will never set into an outdoor setting with him. I'm sorry, never fit into an outdoor setting with him. And you want to be able to market yourself to everyone. So what I want you to take from this is find a good quality camera, get some good lighting, find someone to help you with the photos and with posing. If you cannot find help, get a tripod, get a mirror, practice your looks. See what's your best angles, set a timer, and take your own pics with the remote. But let's start knowing that a good photo is not about necessarily who's taking it. It's about your own artistic vision and what you put into it and the quality of the camera and the lighting. I have 17 years in this industry. I'm not like some of the people who are giving y'all advice who have only been doing this 5 or 6 years themselves, and I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying, like at any job, experience is everything. And I've been doing this a while. It's all fun and roses usually the first 1 to 5 years for anyone, because you're new fresh meat to the gentleman. But to have longevity, to be able to sustain yourself as long as I have, takes a certain level of knowledge. And I like sharing that with you guys, and I like being helpful. So if you need a website, an assistant, any of that, tips, mentoring from someone who's really a dinosaur, so to speak, who's been around since the very beginnings almost of the website era of companionship, feel free to contact me. I'm always here. You girls have a lovely day. Goodbye.